My name is Alex, and I was the 2022 Winter Intern at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo for the Will Groon Elephant Center. I learned a lot of amazing things during the internship, and I'd like to share them with you, starting with our daily routine at the barn. When we arrive, we check the yards to see how clear they are and if it's safe enough for the animals to go out, and we also check the weather report to see if it's going to be a nice day or not. The general rule is if we can walk outside with just a t-shirt on instead of a pullover, it's usually safe enough and warm enough for the animals to go outside. After we shift them out, we start cleaning all the spaces that don't have elephants or Junbei the rhino in them. The amount of time it takes us to clean all the stalls depends on how much the animals leave for us from the night before, but it usually rounds out to about 2 or 2.5 hours. While we're cleaning, we're also watching for any problems like diarrhea or such that the animals might have left behind overnight. This is usually one of our first indicators if there's a problem or if the animal's not feeling very well. After we finish cleaning, we start setting out new food for everyone. We also swap new food in whenever we move the elephants into a new stall. Things like hay, fruits and vegetables, tree bark, and tree branches are just a few of the things that our girls will get throughout the day. Sometimes we'll give them extra special things like marshmallows or Twizzlers as really strong reinforcement, but sometimes we also give them stuff on special occasions. During my internship this year, Junbei the rhino turned 20 years old, and as a special treat, we wrote 20 on the wall in peanut butter and stuck fruit to it. We also soaked some of his alfalfa in Kool-Aid and let him munch on that. He even started to wear some of the alfalfa as a party hat later on. After we get the food set up, we'll start training with the animals. We always give them the option of leaving if they don't feel like training that day, but most of the time they do. Usually it's because we've got a bunch of yummy stuff for them to eat. Training usually involves either yoga or practicing for some kind of procedure like a blood draw or such, but sometimes we just do stuff that makes the elephants feel pretty good. One of those ways is rinsing them off so that they can reapply a layer of sand and dirt to get rid of any annoying itches that they might have. It's also a really nice social exercise for them to go through. Usually if one elephant starts dusting, all the others will start following her. Once we do that little bit of training, we'll break for lunch for about an hour, and then we'll come back and start doing Junbei and the rest of the girls. Junbei was always so much fun to train because he was so ready and so interested in doing so that it was like almost training with a dog. He's so smart and so eager that it made the experience so much more enjoyable. After we finish training, we'll shift everyone around again, clean up the little bits that they left behind over lunch, and then we'll move them all down into the barn for their overnight stay. Sometimes we need to encourage them a bit by throwing food in there to draw them down further down the hill, but sometimes they don't even need that, and they'll just walk right on down to the barn and head right on into the stall we want them to go to. While we work on moving everyone in, we're also moving food and tree branches and all kinds of other stuff to keep everyone occupied overnight into place. This usually involves normal diets, but alongside them we add tree bark and tree branches to keep everyone occupied, as it's a harder substance that makes them have to actually work through it a little bit longer. Afterwards, we clean up the kitchen and finish writing up reports before we go home. Thanks to past experience, I had a lot of relevant skills that I was able to bring with me to the internship. This allowed me to be able to focus more of my time on things that I was a little weak on, like keeper talks. Being a winter intern, a lot of my GGIs, or get guests involved, were centered around keeper talks, either doing them or being present for them. I enjoy teaching people about animals because, to me, it builds a connection with the people that come and visit the zoo and the animals who are ambassadors for their species. At Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, their mission is to connect people with wildlife and wild places through experiences that inspire action. I really resonate with this, and I really love that this is what our goal is here at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. By giving people these experiences, these chances to get close and personal with our animals in a safe and secure setting, it enables them to form a bond with them and let them feel like they're contributing in a way, and they are. By participating in these encounters, the money that they spend goes towards taking care of our friends here at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, and it allows us to work on projects around the world. Anytime we have a guest come and listen to a keeper talk or watch an elephant do a painting for them, or even just coming and meeting them and watching how they train, it's all part of keeping our animals safe and happy, keeping them engaged and interested in what's going on around them, and all the money that they spend goes towards helping out their wild counterparts. So overall, it's a really cool mission, and it's a really cool way of going about it. So for me, getting guests involved is a way of ensuring that they keep coming back and they keep being interested and invested in the safety and the lives of the wildlife around them. My internship with the elephant and rhino team was incredible. They always try to make things interesting and fun, and they always try to make sure that if I was confused about anything, that I knew I could come to them and ask them if I needed a question repeated or if I just needed to have some clarification about some direction. And whenever they gave me a task, I never felt like they were saying that I needed to do it all on my own. They always made sure that they were popping in, checking on me, seeing if I needed any assistance, and I really appreciated that they weren't saying that I had to solo this entire internship. So from me to the entire team, I just want to say thank you so much for all the time you spent mentoring me and encouraging me that I can become a zookeeper. And I'll see you guys later when I visit.